Oh wait, did I? I got it right. I'll make that or no? Okay. All right. Let's see. Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? One in the chat if you can see and hear me. One in the chat if you can see and hear me. There we go. One, we're good? We're all straight? Awesome. How you doing today, guys? What's going on? I'm here for a little bit of time, but I am here to answer all your game-related questions. Let's get this cracking, okay? The sun's going down. Bye, sun. See you tomorrow. You know, right here doing our thing. Making sure the people that need help get the help and all that crazy stuff. If you happen to be seeing me right now, it's perfect timing for you. Hey, what's going on with Dimitri? How you doing, man? Welcome. Alright, let's get this cracking. I have maybe 30 minutes. Let me see. Maybe 30 minutes. Maybe 30 minutes to be here. And then we can shoot for tomorrow and all that. So got a date tomorrow, taking her bowling. What's the game plan? Is bowling the first date or no? Because if it's the first date, that's a bad idea. That's a terrible idea. I have a video I made a while ago about places you should and shouldn't take girls to on the first date. I can't remember when I made it. I know I made the video, so I think late last year is when I made it. But I pretty much talk about the places you should take girls to, the places you shouldn't take girls to, and the specific scientific reasons why. Here's why bowling is terrible. Bowling, billiards, fucking game houses, go-kart places, axe throwing places, even movies, all bad ideas. The reason they're bad ideas is because they are activities that require all of her attention and the attention going away from you. The whole point of a date, is actually figuring out what's in front of you. One, testing to see what she is. Two, giving her a chance to test you in return. It's a mutual testing of compatibility and attraction and chemistry and all that stuff. That can't happen if you're both focused on something else. If you're both focused on the scoreboard for the bowling competition you're having, or the axe you're throwing, or the races around the cart you're riding, or the movie you're watching, or any dumb shit like that. It needs to be a sit-down situation where you're both talking to each other. Alright? Again, a lot of people don't want to hear that, but the reason they don't want to hear that, obviously, is most people just aren't interesting. That's why they do the bowling thing. That's why they do bowling in movies, because they're not interesting enough to just sit in front of someone and allow the conversation to happen organically, or at the very least lead it in the direction they want. So instead they go, "Ooh, let's go to somewhere where we can both distract ourselves." It's a dumb idea, right? You'll end up having her know more about the movie than you at the end of the day. Come on, don't do that. You need to go to places where it's you and her, preferably quiet places. I mean, public, sure, but small mom and pop shop, coffee spot, tea spot, diner. Family-owned businesses are my favorite places in the world, especially during the weekdays. Because the weekends is when it's the most busy, people are there, blah blah. But you meet her on like a Wednesday night, ideal. Ideal. No one's there, nice and quiet. You can sit across from each other. It's ideal. You get to go through the interview process, as I like to call it, and everything is nice and smooth. So yeah, make sure it's not a first date, that bowling thing. Let's see. How you doing, Deep Thoughts? What's going on? What's up, Jace? My girl stopped texting me like before anymore. Should I ignore her straight up? Cause I've done for 3 days and she was constantly trying to reach me. Then I pitied her and replied, but after a day, she went back to her not texting as she was doing at the beginning. Okay, all right. So you went from ignoring her to giving her a little bit of attention, and then she went back to not replying your text. I have a few questions around this to give me more of an idea of what's going on. First of all, what do you mean by she's gone back to ignoring you? Because clearly you have an expectation for how often she should be texting you, and that expectation might be wrong. Have you thought about that? Maybe it's not her job to text you every hour on the hour, that maybe she has a life to live as well, and she can probably do without the time in front of you all the time, and maybe you want to give her a chance to miss you. That's one way I'm thinking. The second way I'm thinking is that entire thing you just said about you giving her a little attention and then her going back to, not valuing your attention. That might be the case. Like, you might have overvalidated her in a way. But I'm leaning on the first one, though, and I'm going to tell you why. Because unless you tell me she hasn't replied your text for a week, it's probably not a big deal. You're probably making it a problem in your mind because you just want to hear from her right now, and that's just not how men function. You should never be thinking about how often a woman is texting you, especially when it's a woman you're dealing with already, like a woman you're with. Like, chill out. You're good. You're cool. Nothing bad is going to happen. Hey, what's going on, Cosmin? Thanks for the heart. Appreciate it, as usual. Make sure you're not overreacting is the most important part to all kinds of texting, right? You cannot place a boundary on how often a woman texts you. That's just goofy, all right? Let's see. Just got punished by the game. Ooh, how so? Let me know how. I like those stories, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, Jay, sorry I commented from the wrong account. Deep Thoughts. Oh, you're good, TikTok Zion. I kind of knew it was you anyway. I think you've done this before. I'm getting deja vu right now. But yeah, I just got punished by the game, and I'm trying to figure out where I went wrong. Okay, what happened? What happened? Let me know what happened there. Because you know me, I like pointing out those type of situations. Those are the best situations to learn from, when you violate one of the laws of the game, and the game does what it does best, and it violates you back. All right, when you violate one of those laws, it's very fun. Those are some of the best ways to learn. You know what I mean? Thanks again for the heart, Cosmin. Appreciate that. Doing at the beginning of her. We're talking about her again. The chick that after a day she went back to. Again, even like right there, after a day, dude, like a day passed and then she went back to like living her life. You might be overreacting. I think you're overreacting. A lot of men keep forgetting that women are their own people. And I blame corn for that. I blame corn. A lot of corn makes men forget that women are people as well. And they are not robots that'll do everything you want them to do every single time. The irony to being able to influence women correctly is first being okay with the fact that you have the ability to influence them, not the ability to control them. Control and influence are two different things. Control is direct. Influence is indirect. Influence is using leverage to your advantage. Like, control is, taking a basketball and bouncing it with your hand. That's control. Influence or leverage is like using a fishing rod to reeling a fish. It's a very indirect process. There's a tool that works as like a middleman between you and what you want, right? So that's what game is. That's how it should work. That's how you should approach it. Women aren't something you should reach out and try to control directly. You're gonna have bad things happen to you. It's just gonna blow up in your face. Influence over control, okay? So stop being expectant of a text that you really probably don't even deserve to get. What's up, Barmf? What's going on, baby? Welcome back. Right into the store, man. We'll be back soon. All right, bet. I'll see you later. Lost this girl in texting. She blocked me. Couldn't handle the tension. And I did give her a tiny bit of assurance. She read it, then blocked. She said I'm annoying her and teasing too much. How do I make her comfortable with that level of tension, or just comfort a bit more before teasing again? Try not to tease back to back to back. That usually is how tension is created, like in surplus. So tease, make sure she knows you're kidding, be playful about it, be chill. When you're giving her reassurance, though, it all has to be done under the context of playfulness. It can't be done as a way to like quickly correct for your mistake before. I mean, that is what you're doing, but you can't let her know that that's what you're trying to do. That's why she blocked you. Is that it looked too inauthentic. It looked too try hard. Like, oh, it's like making a mistake and then be like, oh no, I'm sorry. And then she's like, ugh, gross. So she chucked the dishes, right? You got to be careful with that in terms of like the way you tease and flirt and all that. And then on top of that, and this is the first bit of advice I'll give you when it comes to like building tension with women in general. I keep telling you guys, the technique I teach you will only work mostly with beautiful women, with women with high self-esteem. So if you're trying to tease and nag and push-pull with women that just don't think highly of themselves to begin with, it's almost always going to blow up in your face. Right? They'll find a way to take it as an insult. They'll find a way to take it as a personal dig at them. They don't have the self-esteem to carry on with whatever tease you're trying to use. So it's not going to work out well for you in the long run if you try to do it that way, right? Just be careful. Use it on women that actually deserve it. Yeah, feel me? Hey, what's going on, Philip? How you doing? Let's see. She gave up on me after I told her to go find someone else. Months later, I came in to see if I'm guessing there's a second part's coming. Okay, I'll be waiting patiently. I can secure once again, but this time she was genuinely uninterested, and I took that as... Okay, I'm guessing there's a third one coming. I'll wait for that. What's going on, Ryu? Hey, Jace. I'd be asking you a bunch of questions right now, but I'm on FaceTime with Italian chick. Go for it. Tell her I said hi. That's the one that, which one was the Italian one again? The one that lives like a few hours away, right? So just tease lesser, with these sixes. Shit, you might not even be able to get away with, like, I guess if you want to get with a 6, but why would you want to do that? Like, you have the power to take down a lion. Why are you trying to go for a coyote? You know what I mean? It's a waste of your ability. It's a waste of your talent. You're getting a bazooka and you're trying to use it to shoot a rabbit. Why? Take down an entire city or something, a building at least. You know? Let's see now. TikTok Zion, I think he's done. Let me read from the beginning. She gave up on me after I told her to go find someone else. Months later, I came in to see if I can secure once again, but this time she was genuinely uninterested, and I took that as resistance, and let's just say things went downhill fast. I think it's a tension and respect thing. Nah, it's a you botching the situation thing. It's all your fault. It's not even hers at all. You read the situation incorrectly. You were socially uncalibrated, and you fired the right solution to the wrong problem, essentially. When you tell a girl, take it or leave it, and then she goes, leave it, and then you bounce. First of all, what are you coming back to secure? What's that about? I came to secure her once again. Why? You wait for her to do the, reinitiation, and if at all you reinitiate, you make sure it's like an instigation. You make sure you're essentially starting from scratch. I know you didn't do that correctly because of the way she responded, which is she's genuinely uninterested. So essentially, you gave her too much validation, and she went, haha, see, couldn't live without me. I have the power now. I'm going to reject him because I have the chance to now. And that's just women. That's not even something you can blame them for. They love the validation they feel when, especially someone that they couldn't get before comes back and doesn't do it correctly. They get a little high off of that power. So she rejected you, and she felt good about it. And then you, being not the most socially calibrated here, you took that as like, I guess now she disrespecting me. Like, and that's not what was happening. She was flexing off the ego you let her have. And then you definitely did some more wrong things after that. And it's gotten you in a tight situation. So don't worry about that girl for now. Your solution to that situation, leave her alone. The way you should have done in the first place. You've gone in there and you've botched it for no reason. You left with power. That was good. That was okay. There was a way to reinitiate. You didn't know how to do it correctly, and that's fine, but you've botched this set now. Let her go. Go talk to other girls. I know you're not doing that. You know how I know you're not talking to other girls? Because you're coming back to a girl from months before. Right? You should, like, if you're talking to a lot of girls, if you're getting an influx of an abundance of women, you should naturally just forget women, like by the wayside. I be talking to bitches and just remember, oh shit, I haven't replied to a text from this girl from months ago. And the only reason I even remember is because I was probably scrolling down on my phone to go find something else that was important to me in the moment. I'm like, oh, this girl, yeah, she was cute. Why did I not reply her? I forgot. Like, that's how it should happen. You should be talking to so many girls, you don't remember the ones that fall by the wayside. Yeah, feel me? Bro, have you watched the Challenger movie? Nope. No, I have not. I don't even know what that is. Someone was telling me about it before. What was it about? Challenger movie? What's it about? Why should I watch it? Why should I care? It sounds like is it a movie about cars? It better not be a movie about cars. I don't care about those. The hell is the Challenger movie? Someone tell me. The one I reinitiated? Oh yeah, that one. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see. Because I find myself in the middle. These 8s barely respond and these 6s can't take any teasing. But I don't have much practice, just a lot of theory. So I'm trying with the 6 to 7s at most. To get comfortable and get some more experience, since I just got out of a long-term relationship and I'm not used to rizzing anymore. That's cool. Practice with the 9s. Practice with the 8s and 9s. Practice. If the 8s and the 9s are not responding to you, that's not your cue to then go, oh, I guess I'm going to go practice with the girls that are responding to me. Because guess what? Those girls aren't going to be the practice you think they are. You're going to get good at talking to those girls. But talking to a 6 and talking to an 8 are two entirely different skills. Because one requires a little more tension than the other. Right? So you're going to train yourself to talk to a girl that isn't going to help you long term. You know what I mean? So go talk to the 8s. You have a problem with getting the 8s to respond. There's nothing wrong with that. We've all had that problem at some point. Most men have that problem, shit. But the issue is, now that you understand that that's the problem, figure out how to get the 8s to respond. Why aren't they responding? Why do they feel like you're someone they can look over? What are you telling them? How are you telling it to them? If you're saying responding, I'm guessing you're trying to meet these women online. Nothing wrong with that. But what can you do better to make it so that you're more consequential in their minds off rip? That's how you should be thinking, not how do I settle for what's available to me. That's a miserable life you're setting yourself up for, okay? Let's see. Thanks, Jace. No problem, man. No problem. So what is the solution to this problem? Which one are we talking about? Oh, I already told you. TikTok Zion, leave her alone. Go talk to new girls. Go talk to new girls. I used to think it was a problem if I couldn't remember to text back. Oh, nah, that's a great problem to have. If at all it is a problem. That's a great problem to have. Great problem to have. Especially when talking to women. It's like being a bad texter is great in terms of like your response time. If anything, it pushes forward the idea, the frame that you are indeed a busy person and she has to fight for your time and attention. It's never going to be a bad thing. It's great. Should I make her play with the... do what you want. Don't ask me to tell you what to do there. That's your business. Do what you got to do. How to practice being strong mentally and physically. You put yourself in hard to get out of situations physically and mentally. How do you train yourself to be physically? Resistance, right? You put weight on yourself or weight against yourself or try to catch something that's faster than you or try to lift something that's heavier than you or, it's all resistance. It's all about resistance. That's how you train all kinds of strength, not just physical. The difference between training your physical and your mental strength is You train your physical resistance, your physical strength with physical resistance. You train your mental strength with mental resistance. So, what do you think you could do to make yourself mentally strong? Or more specifically, why do you think you're not as mentally strong as you should be? What are those areas that make you feel like you're not as mentally strong as you could be? Well, how about put yourself in those type of situations that'll make you stretch yourself mentally in those particular areas, and then make those things progressively tougher and harder as you go, so you can increase your mental strength in those areas. That's how you do it, right? The next time you find yourself giving up on anything, how about you force yourself to not give up on it? Maybe not completely give up on it, but not give up on it a little longer, right? Stay in the game a little longer. Keep doing it a little longer, even though it's hard, even though it's harder, especially now that you've been doing it for a while, right? So put yourself in situations that'll force you to go outside of your comfort zone. Feel me? Hey, what's going on, Nep? How you doing? So even though there are some sus scenes in there, but it kind of tap into the protector versus provider. Okay, all right, that might be my kind of thing. I might like that. Challenger, where is it at? Netflix, Hulu, Prime, HBO Max. Where is it at? Where can I watch it? Challenger, the Challenger movie. I'll commit that to memory. I know cold approaching is king. I should focus on eights in real life, for sure. Good advice. Get experience at the girls that matter, not the mids. Exactly. Finish jiu-jitsu? Congratulations. It's 9 p.m. and still day. Yeah, apparently. Daylight saving times. That's how we roll here where I am. Thanks for the roses, Mexicans. Appreciate you. Yo, I'm gonna get earrings. I think they look sick. How we doing, Jace? I'm pretty good, man. How you doing, Mexicans? And yes, earrings are fucking cool. If you're an earrings type of guy or someone that likes jewelry, then earrings are, gonna be awesome for you. I was a guy that was wearing magnetic earrings for years before I actually got my ears pierced. Before I finally grew the fucking cojones and got the ears pierced. Because for me, getting my ears pierced isn't just like, oh, I'm just going to a store one day. I'm a Nigerian man, well, at the time, Nigerian boy, that has a strict Nigerian mother that would have, pretty much killed me. Well, she still rose hell when I did it anyway. But the point is, I had a little more of a mental barrier to get over when I was getting mine, but I did it. Got my ears pierced in 4 different places too. First try. That's how I am, by the way. I don't like doing the whole I'm gonna do this and do that and do this. I already had the vision. I'm gonna have 2 here, 2 here. Both are gonna be on the bottom here. One gonna be at the bottom here. One's gonna be right up here at the top, right? Y'all probably can't even see it, but I got one that's over here, right? And I was like, I'm gonna do that all in the same day. And when I eventually get my tattoos, I want to get really expensive tattoos. It'll all be in the same day. It'll probably be with the artwork I have planned about a maybe 8 to 16 hour session, but I just want to get it all done the same day. I hate the whole come back for sessions. Fuck all that. And do everything on the same day and keep it pushing. Let's see. Thanks, Spooky Jace. No problem, man. Bless, indeed. In theaters. It hasn't come out to streaming services yet? I ain't got time for that. I'm a busy man. I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll go with my bitches or something. I don't know, but right now I'm too busy for that. In theaters? Who the fuck goes to movies anymore? How you doing, ESAP? What's going on, baby? Can you give examples of good resistance in game? Well, women are great resistance in game because they won't just give you what you want because you asked for it nicely. Right? There's a system to it. There's a way they go about making you earn it, the objections they give you, the shit test they give you to test your confidence and your congruence as a man. You talk to a woman long enough and you try to get her to get naked, you will find resistance along the way. Well, unless of course you're fucking talking to a drunk chick or you're paying for it, which obviously I don't advise you do that. Talk to women who have standards and you should be fine. That's more than enough resistance. Just try to shoot for the baddest bitches you can find. That should be more than enough resistance game wise. I fell for that trick yesterday. I'm not doing that again. Mason Holmeyer, is that how you say that? Let's see. Should I use the time restraint technique if she refuses to answer a question while she is mid-story, telling me something, and I said I asked you something, and she said, let me speak. How do I respond there? It was in real life. Okay. So you asked her something, and she just kind of skipped over it. Is that what you're saying? Time restraint won't help you there at all. Like, what are you using that there for? That's just it's a misfiring. You don't have to do that there at all. With that said, though, if at all she naturally flows into something else, let her. One of the things about how women communicate is that they don't stay on topic too long, right? And it's not their fault. It's not because they're dumb or they're forgetful or anything like that. It's just that's how the female mind works. They just kind of jump. You guys, I mean, we kind of think like that. We don't talk like that as men, but we think like that. You ever have one thought and then it goes into another thought and it goes into another thought? Like, they all have these weird connecting links, even though these individual thoughts have nothing to do with each other. Like, you can go from talking about, what am I going to eat tonight? And then you go, oh, I have this to eat tonight. And then you go, oh, yeah, since I'm thinking about doing something in the kitchen, did I make sure I turned off the tap before I left the house? Oh, wait, remember the last time the house got flooded because I left it open? Oh, yeah, speaking of flooding, I was going to call the plumber to go do something. You see how those things just kind of flow into each other? That's how it works when women think and talk out loud. That's how it works. They just go from one thing to the other. So if you ask her a question about this, and then all of a sudden she's so fixated on something else that kind of relates to the previous thing, but she's moved on from the previous thing, just let it happen. It's okay. If at all you need to re-ask that question later, re-ask it later, right? It'll be different if she goes out of her way to avoid answering the question. Then you have cause for concern. But I'm guessing that's not what happened here. It's not a big deal. It's okay. Let her keep talking. And besides, what are you going to do? Punish her for keep talking about herself? That's not a bad thing. If she's still, investing in the conversation, giving you long-winded, open-ended answers, like, what's wrong with that? It's okay. You just keep talking. Let the conversation happen the way it needs to. Let's see. Do you have a vid on warm game? Like, I'm talking about warm approach game. I have several, actually. I don't know if they're still up. I gotta go check. In that situation, I just shifted my shoulders and one step away when she said that it is a slight answer of disinterest by me. Again, think about, okay, and put yourself in her shoes. You ask her a question. She goes, wait, I thought about something. Let me get this thought out of my head, then we'll get back to your question. And then while she's answering, you act like a child, essentially. You go, ooh, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Like, what do you think she's thinking about you? Now she's like, this guy's a baby. This guy's a fucking child. Like, no. Nah. You don't look cooler. You don't look... And this is what I keep trying to tell you guys. The action you do isn't what makes you strong or not. It's the intention you have behind it. The intention is more important than the actual action. You can do strong things and still be perceived to be weak. That's a good example right there. You can't turn your... Oh, I'm not talking because you didn't answer my question. Like, what are you doing right now? No. Relax. It's okay. Let her answer her question. If you need to get back to asking the question again, ask it. But it's fine. Don't take it that seriously. It should always be playful. No matter how you're talking to women, it should always be playful. For future purposes, is there any way to fix reading the situation wrong? Or is it unforgivable? It's very forgivable. That's the best thing about social calibration. One of the best things about game is that in correcting and fixing your social errors, you show an ability for social calibration. So for instance, if you step on a woman's toe, actually, let me use this other example I like to use, which is something I'll do on purpose sometimes. Let's say you're talking to a woman and you physically enter her physical bubble a little too close. Like you're talking to her and your breath is on her face, right? That's a social error to make. That is a bad thing to do because you're encroaching on her personal space, right? Now, if you just leave it at that, then you're just socially inept. You're a dumbass. But if you go, oh, shit, my bad, I'm a little too close to you right now, and you take a physical step back, and then you go, my apologies, I didn't mean to get in that close. What were you saying? All of a sudden, you just went from socially inept to socially fucking calibrated, right? You being able to point out your own mistakes not only helps to correct the mistake itself, but it solidifies you as someone that she can actually feel safe around. It's great. It's fucking awesome. So with that, what you did? What did you do? Hold on, I almost forgot. Let me scroll back up and see what it is that mistake you made was. Oh, Mr. I went back to the chick I was talking to when I told her to take it or leave it, blah, blah. Okay. Again, same exact thing. Literally, if you want to do that. But again, I still feel the major thing you got to do, the way to solve this problem for you, the best way to be socially calibrated, is to just let her be. Give her time. Let her be. Because think about it. Your mistake was you pushed too hard. Right? If you want to overcorrect from that, what do? You pull. It's that simple. You went in too close. Take that physical step back. It's okay. Right? It's okay. Not to mention, I don't even like the fact that you asked me this question when I already told you, go talk to other girls. Right? Now with how much you're asking me questions, I might become concerned that you're getting one-nighters. Okay, no, hold on. Maybe I'm shooting too quickly. For future, okay, you did say for future purposes. That's my bad. I didn't mean to accuse you of one-nighters. That's me forgetting the fact that you're asking this question for future reference, which is good. I applaud that. But yeah, for future reference, exactly what I said before. If you've done this again, pull back. Now, before that point, which is like reading the situation incorrectly, if you're going to come back, make sure you have more of a playful nature to you. If you're being playful yourself, you won't take anything a woman does too seriously. Even when she says, I'm not interested, you'll still be like, oh yeah, that's cool. I understand. You don't want to get heartbroken by me. I get it. I'm a heartbreaker. I get it. It's fine. You live your life. I'll miss you forever. Talk soon. And then bounce. As long as you remain playful, you're good. You can never be socially uncalibrated when you remain playful. Okay? That's for future reference. You got it. Hey, Jason, I'm in my first relationship and we are both our first and happy. Okay. Only thing is, how do I deal with insecurities because they pop up all the time? I've talked to her about it and she's always reassuring, but it still haunts me. Oof, you're in a bad spot, my friend. She might be fixing to leave you right now. Not to give you like the bad news or anything, but I got to be honest with you. You have those insecurities for a good reason, by the way. The beautiful thing about insecurities, right, is that usually they're made from our own minds. Like they're just a thing we create up in our own head, right? But sometimes they're for valid reasons. And this, in my opinion, is a valid reason because this is a girl that is your first. This is a girl that knows you don't have experience, right? So there's a good reason there to be scared of the possibility of other guys. But here's the thing, though, and this is the crazy thing about insecurities. The second thing you need to understand is that the insecurities themselves are not the problem. Having the insecurities are not the problem. We all fucking have insecurities, myself included. Don't get it twisted. I am not a god. Well, ask my bitches, they'll say I am. But still, we all have our insecurities. Where insecurities fuck us all up is when we begin to act on them. When we try to alleviate ourselves of the anxiety that the insecurities cause. That's when we get fucked up. You having insecurities is okay. Deal with it. As a man, fucking deal with the anxiety that comes with it. And be okay with it. Your issue begins now that you're trying to ask her to help you alleviate it. When you're asking her for reassurance, now you're fucked. Now you're in trouble. Because one, she now knows you have them, which is bad enough. But two, you're making it her responsibility to deal with them for you. That's fucked up. And you know the funny thing about it? You've already discovered why you don't do that. Well, one half of why you don't do it, which is one, no matter how much reassurance she gives you, it'll never go away because that's not how you get rid of insecurity. But two, now she knows you're inadequate. Now you've put the idea in her head. She might have not been thinking like that before. She might have been thinking, oh, this is the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I'm so lucky to be with this guy that I'm his first and he's my first. And we're amazing together. We're going to die in each other's arms in 800 years from now. It's going to be awesome. I love him so much. I want to know no other man before him. But now you've come to her on some, I don't think I'm adequate. And now she's like, oh, maybe he's not adequate. Now the idea has been planted. Now you're fucked. Okay? So, first advice. For same thing I said before, as far as the insecurity itself, deal with it, dude. We all have things about ourselves that we feel inadequate about. But understand that your girl is your girl, and you are there for a reason. You're the one with her, in her, around her, all that stuff. You're good. You're the most consequential man in her life. You do not need to be scared of anything or anyone. The only way anything or anyone comes in is when you fuck around and do dumb shit to try to alleviate yourself from anxiety, like you're doing right now. So that's the second bit of advice. Stop doing shit to try to make yourself feel better. And definitely don't try to recruit her help for it. Stop it. You're better than that. Stop it. Okay, Pumpkin? All right. Yes, but she was already telling a story and I asked her something. She just wanted to keep telling it even if I asked her something. Yeah, now I'm even more on her side. You rude ass bitch. Why are you interrupting her story? Rude ass. Why are you doing that? Don't do that, Cosmin. Don't do that. She's telling the story. Let me give you guys advice, which is literally what I do all the time, right? But listen, when a girl is in the middle of giving you herself, especially when she's telling you a story about herself, right? That's a woman giving you a piece of her experience. It's a big deal to women. Don't interrupt them in the middle of that. Why would you block your own blessings like that? That's like a girl being like, she's tying up her hair and she's like, oh, I'm about to give you head. And then you're like, no, wait, before you do. Like, why? Just shut up. Shut up and let it happen. Shut up and let it happen. If you're confused about something in the story, tell her afterwards when she's done. Like, oh, you know what? I enjoyed the story, but I'm still confused about this, though. And then ask her the question then. Right? That's the first thing. And then second thing, now I'm even more mad about you, like, trying to punish her for not answering your question mid-story, you rude-ass bitch. Now I'm even more mad. Like, I already knew it was socially uncalibrated, but now I know how socially... You interrupted this bitch in the middle of her story? Why? Why? If you were telling the story, put yourself in her shoes. Because again, we keep forgetting women are human beings too. Put yourself in her shoes. If you were telling someone a fucking story, and you're in the zone, you're telling your shit, this happened, that happened, da-da-da-da, I felt like this. And then some rude ass bitch said, but I have a question. Wouldn't you backhand that motherfucker? Don't interrupt me. I got shit to get out my chest right now. You do that to her. And then try to punish her for it. Why? No. We don't do that. Let her say her piece. And if you're still confused, tell. And you know the funny thing about it? Usually what happens is the more they tell the story, the question you have before gets answered anyway. If they're a good storyteller. Oh, it's a woman, so probably not a good storyteller. But you get the point, right? Yeah, don't do that. Don't block your own blessings, okay? Let's see. When cold approaching and creating a good connection, isn't it good to create some sort of resistance? In terms of like you creating resistance, yeah. Create resistance for her, she creates resistance for you. Both have to happen. Like I hope I didn't say or make it sound like all the resistance will come from her. It'll come from everything and everywhere. But then you also have to create the resistance for her. Because here's the thing. You both have to feel like you worked to get it. A lot of men are gonna, enjoy hearing that. And honestly, a lot of women too. But both parties need to feel like they earned what both parties have created. The connection, the attraction, the chemistry. Right? So resistance comes from her or the environment or whatever other objections you gotta solve. And then as a man, you have to consciously remember to give her resistance. That's why you follow the fundamental laws of the game. You make sure you establish psychological positioning over her. Make sure you become a source of validation to her. Make sure you're not indicating interest towards her too soon. All those things are there. They're designed to make it so that she feels like she has to work for your validation. Correct? Okay then. So yes, all those things are important. Do you think it's weird to want to be single forever? Very fucking weird. That is some weirdo. That's officer. Lock him up. That kind of thing. That's very, very fucking weird. You shouldn't. What? Single forever? First of all, you're probably under the age of 25 to be talking like that. That's some weirdo shit. Second of all, talk to women, dude. Like, they're not that bad. Chill out. Like, anyone that makes women sound like the devil is putting a fear in you don't need to have. Don't get it twisted. The devil definitely uses women, for sure. In fact, that's one of his favorite tools. We'll talk about that another time. But women inherently are not bad. They're not good or evil. They are whatever you choose for them to be in your life. All right, so ultimately you have the power. Don't get scared by the fucking other half of the population of the world, okay? I just wanted to go on, see she was storytelling too much, and I wanted to make her give me too many details. I guess I already answered that one too. Jace, what's wrong? You're not looking energetic today. You're very wrong about that, but okay. I teased her saying I thought you are cool when she was upset. Someone scolded her. She was moody. Saying I thought you were cool when she was upset. Someone scolded her. She was moody. Okay, so you teased her when she was moody, when someone scolded her. That's not gonna work. Again, you're firing. What's going on, Cosmin? Do you have the interview light? I feel like you need the interview light. If you have the interview light, go over it again. Very important. Because it just sounds like you're misfiring stuff. You're doing the right things, but for the wrong situations. Why would you tease a woman when she's already feeling bad? That's not gonna work. No. Like, you don't tease her to make her feel worse. When she's feeling bad, that's when you do some uplifting. You gotta be a pimp, right? A positively inspirational, motivational person. You gotta be like, hey, who cares? Fuck them. Who the fuck cares that they scolded you? Who cares? They don't mean shit. Talk to me. You're good. You're good in my book. Make her feel good. You bring her up. If she's up, bring her down. If she's down, bring her up. That's the point. You don't like make things worse for her. That just makes you look like you can't read the situation correctly, which now I'm realizing you probably can't. So go through the interview light. What do you think about women working out next to you even though they have plenty of space on the other side of the gym, choosing Signal? Nah. I mean, don't get it twisted. In my mind, every woman on this planet wants to fuck me, which, you know, have you seen me? Of course they do. But at the same time, it's like women, they do all these weird things to not, you know, feel alone. So you could take it as a compliment, like, yeah, she just wants to be around me because she feels safe and blah, blah. At the same time, though, don't, you know, completely assume it's a choosing signal. I always tell you guys, don't find choosing signals, create them. If you want to talk to her and then, you know, create attraction, spark the attraction, tease her a little bit, that's different. But don't be looking for permission to talk to her. That's goofy. You know what I mean? Me personally, if I find her attractive enough, I'll talk to her whether she's next to me. Because again, I go to the gym all the time. You know how many girls are on the next treadmill next to me or the elliptical or something like that? It happens all the fucking time. And the only thing that determines if I talk to that girl or not is if I find her attractive. If I don't find her attractive, she's getting ignored. She doesn't exist. If I find her attractive, at some point, I will talk to her. I will spark up a conversation. Like, damn, can you slow down? I'm trying to match my pace to your pace. Stop outrunning me. Boom, we're in a conversation. She's laughing, I'm teasing, boom. But I don't need to wait for like a choosing signal. I'll go talk to a bitch on the other side of the gym if I find her hot enough. But again, warm approach situation though. So you guys already know how those situations go down. Let's see. If she leaves undelivered, what's a good instigation? We did pretty good in person. There was what? There was what? She's an Asian chick? That doesn't matter at all. Don't even know why you told me that. She left you undelivered. Instigator. Say something that's an inside joke between you two that you said in person. Whatever inside joke you had, whatever thing that happened to you that was significant when you were in person, use that as a way to make a joke to talk to her again. See what happens. Give it time though. If she left you undelivered yesterday, chill out. Wait a fucking week or so, maybe 2 weeks, and then hit her up again later. All that being said, is it better to just do shit and correct it or try not to make them at all? I understand the question you're asking, and I'd rather you do shit than correct it. That's how you get better, right? If you're too scared to make mistakes, you'll never learn anything and you will never progress. The reason I'm as good as I am is because I just did all the extreme shit and then corrected anyway. Once you know how to correct from any situation, that's the ultimate confidence right there. Right? That's why I'm not scared of any situation with a woman. Any kind of fucking situation. Like, she can catch me fucking her sister, I'll get out of it. Because I've gotten out of it before. Because I know how to overcorrect from that. Once you know you can, like, think about it. Think about it like holding a remote control, right? I'm going to get my other phone. Holding a remote control that you can use to reset time every time you make a mistake. Like that movie, what was it called? The one with Adam Sandler? Click or something like that? That's what it feels like having game. That's literally what it feels like. If you have solid game, amazing game, you can go into the worst type of scenarios, have a woman think of you as the scum of the earth, the most insignificant, valueless bastard, and still come back from that. So go and do the extreme shit and then correct later. You feel me? Also, Jace, about the guys asking for the warm approach vids, a bunch of your old videos are unavailable. Like some of the warm approach ones, plus like ones from a few months ago. Alright, fair enough. I'll go look into that. Been trying to land numbers, been landing flattery and IGs instead. I obviously want more than that. What would you do? You're trying to land numbers, landing flattery and IG. That tells me you're probably indicating interest too soon. That sounds like an indicating interest too soon type of situation. Like, you're going up to these girls and you're like, oh, you're beautiful. You're and this is a black guy stigma, a black guy disease. I call it a black guy disease because most of the time it's black guys doing the shit. You go, oh, mommy, you beautiful, you gorgeous, sweetie. Then they hit you with, oh, thank you. Yeah, you can just take my IG down, or you're cute, but I'm sorry I can't. I have a boyfriend. You're just indicating interest too soon. Start out by teasing them. Start out by saying something that kind of indicates disinterest, but in a playful way. Right? Don't call her beautiful. Call her left toenail, her left big toe beautiful. Right? Don't call her hair long. Say the hair on the side of her jawline is pretty long and luscious and beautiful, and you just want to kiss it. Say that instead. Right? Don't call her gorgeous. Tell her she has the most gorgeous resting bitch face you've ever seen. Start out with that. That should give you a solid footing, and then go from there. Let's see. May you describe in your words what being disagreeable means? Is there a way to take it too far? Oh yeah, of course. Being disagreeable is exactly what it sounds like it means. It means being someone that is willing to offend any and everybody for the sake of their own, selfish view or opinion. That's what being disagreeable means. You're someone that finds it hard to get along with others. Now, is there a way you can take that too far? Absolutely. Because here's the thing. You want to be disagreeable enough to be interesting, to set yourself apart, and to be someone whose validation people want to chase. But the moment you become too disagreeable, then, well, you kind of lose the favor of other people. And the irony to how human existence works is that we're a collaborative species. We kind of need each other. Not kind of. We definitely need each other. Everything that we experience in the world, whatever earthly possession you have, whatever thing you consume on a daily basis, whatever thing you interact with on a daily basis, was created and facilitated by someone else. That's kind of beauty to, human existence and living. Unless you plan to have a very difficult and lonely life, you can't really exist without the help of other people. That's why money is so cool. That's why money is an interesting and important tool. Because, well, as far as most people are concerned, and because most people lack creativity, money is the easiest, fastest way to convince others to do what you want them to do. Right? So instead of try to beg someone or cajole someone into giving you the finished product that is a McDonald's Big Mac, you can just give them a couple dollars. And you get all the hard work and labor and time that goes into making a Big Mac for that $2. And that's it. You don't have to rear your own cows. You don't have to kill the cows and make them into burger meat. You don't have to knead your own wheat or grow your own wheat or harvest your own wheat or make your own dough or extract and purify your own water or grow your own tomatoes and lettuce and harvest them. Like, just pay them the $2 and you get that finished product because other people have done that shit, right? But I digress. The point is, yes, you can definitely become too disagreeable. And you'll know that's the case when people start calling you jerk, asshole, dickhead, if you're in London. Not really just the names, because people can say that in a playful way, but It's them saying it, meaning it, and going out of their way to hinder you. When other people go out of their way to hinder you, that's when you're in fucking trouble. You don't really want that to be the case. Well, not in all cases anyway. You don't want the people that you want to help you to hinder you. If it's people you don't like, fucking who cares, right? But yes, you can definitely take that shit too far. I think you just answered my question, LMAO. Congratulations. I be doing that sometimes. I did at my gym talk to a girl I like. Now I'm gonna take every girl he ever talked to. That's my Yoda. How you doing, man? I'm insecure about my size, yet I'll still make them to take it and enjoy it. Exactly, as you should. That's the mindset right there. You know, I really believe this too. Women either see your dick as bigger or smaller depending on how you behave around it. It's real. I'm not even kidding. If you're insecure about your size, understand that your insecurity about your size is what'll make her think it's really small. If you act like it's the biggest thing, like you're swinging it around like it's the fucking elephant trunk, she'll believe it's an elephant trunk. You feel me? Let me see. What's going on, Osasio? I'm back, Arnold's voice. Yeah, you're back. Yeah, get to the chopper. Castillo Protector Provider. I have no idea who that is. Castillo. It sounds familiar. Castillo. Oh, is it that guy that goes, Big Man Ting, yeah? Is it that guy? Is it that guy? I don't know much about him. I've seen him go viral a couple times, but I don't know much about the guy. I don't know. Jace is going live on my birthday. Happy birthday, man. How you doing, Brandon? Happy birthday. Yeah, that's the guy that goes Big Man Ting, yeah? I don't know much about him. He has the appearance of a projector type, of a standard, London, I almost said bloke, not a bloke, a mandem, a road man. But I don't know about the guy. I don't know what he's been up to. I don't know, who he is and what his actions are like. All I hear is the funny videos from time to time, and then he promotes whatever song or single he has out. And that's it. Have you ever been through a breakup or lost someone? How'd you deal with it? I've been through several, my friend. Shit, I went through one recently. How did I deal with it? I have an entire course talking about it. I have an entire course in my TikTok series. Go to my TikTok page, click on the series link. It's called The Science of Breakups. Now, imagine how many breakups I've been through to be able to make that course. It's a lot. So, yeah. Is it waiting for choosing signals basically like waiting for that perfect moment to talk to her? Not the same thing, no. Waiting for the perfect moment to talk to her, which, by the way, I don't even advise either, but that's better than waiting for choosing signals. A choosing signal, according to these red pill fucks, is essentially where you wait for her to make some kind of overt move or signal to indicate interest in you, right? But in real life, especially with beautiful women, you're not going to find that, man. The hottest girls are too busy being blasé about life and so nonchalant about everything that if you're looking for a choosing signal, you're not going to fucking find one. Go up to her and strike up a conversation. Or at the very least, wait for the opportunity to talk to her. Like, in my view, like when I was intermediate, I was a big proponent, a big teacher of the wait for the perfect signal, or wait for the perfect moment to talk to her type of philosophy, right? And even then, it wasn't like a choosing signal thing. It was a wait till she's alone, away from her friends. Wait till her friends go to the bathroom. Wait till she's in this aisle, not that aisle of the grocery store. Or wait till the person that's in the aisle with her rolls their cart away to a different aisle, and then we're just alone in the aisle together. That was my wait for the perfect moment type of thing. It was usually just wait till she's alone, right? But yeah, I even in those situations, I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna wait for a signal. Didn't care, didn't give a fuck, If I wait for signals, if I was the guy that was waiting for signals, first of all, I would not have as much experience as I do right now. Second of all, I would not have the same success rate I have right now. So no. They be walking in front of me multiple times. I personally think I'm really handsome, thanks to UG. You are very handsome, though. That makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised. And you're a big dude. Bitches love, that big muscular type of build. So, yeah, it could be it. Again, don't wait for the signals though. Just go talk to these bitches. If you find them attractive, go talk to her. You feel me? Let's see. Which doesn't really exist. Exactly. Choosing signals don't really exist. I'm a teenager. How do I talk to my crush? Oh, that's so cute. You walk up to her and you go, listen, you're my girlfriend now. And then she's gonna go, what? And then gonna go, you're my girlfriend now. And then she's gonna go, but I don't wanna. But, and they're gonna go, you're my girlfriend now. Love you, bae. Kiss her on the hand and then walk away. That's how you talk to your crush. Let's see. Hey, what's going on, Fish Army? Yeah, you're kind of late, Fish Army, but it's fine. I'm not even staying here too long today. Regarding the black guy, shy from, hold on, typo. Okay, I understand that's a typo for sure. Do you got a problem with people hunting animals for sport only? It depends on the animal, I believe. It depends on the animal. It depends. If, like, okay, let's really talk about it. If we're gonna talk about my beliefs around that shit, because for me, it's like I don't respect the guys that go to fucking Africa. And I'm saying this as an African, by the way. I don't respect the guys that go to Africa and take a gun and then go shoot something from afar with camouflage on. That's pussy. Go kill something that has a chance to fight back, that has a chance to kill you back. I would respect the shit out of that, you know, because that's how I grew up. That's what we do. Like in my tribe, that's a rite of passage. You get locked on somewhere with an animal and you have to kill it with your bare hands, you know. So that's a thing of respect when you gotta fight something that can resist you back. But you're like in the bushes with camouflage on with a gun, shooting a deer that's like grazing, unsuspecting. Like, come on, I don't respect that shit. I don't respect that shit. Now, am I saying go fight a bear? No, you're gonna die. Don't do that. At least have a handgun. But at least let the bear know you're there. Like, let the bear know, like, let your presence be known. And then get chased by it a little bit. Then put a couple bullets in it. You can be running away from it. I don't mind that. But as long as you're, like, running away from it, not, like, sneaking around and shit. Like, this pussy shit. Pussy. That's how I feel about, you know, sports hunting. Being a Christian? Oh, nah. Listen, dude. As far as Christianity goes, all animals are here for our use anyway. As long as you can find a way to use that energy that you use from them, or the clothes you get from them, the products and services, or whatever you get from the animal, to the glory of God, you're straight. And I'm sure it's in God's plan, it's in God's glory for you to be a stronger man. So you're fine. You're fine. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, brother. Intro what? What are we talking about? Regarding the black guy shy intro? Okay. I don't even know what that means though, even with that correction. How do I gain confidence? You do shit that scares you. Confidence is built with self-esteem, right? It's a self-esteem thing. It's a self-belief thing. That goes up with self-image. And the only way to see yourself as better is to respect yourself more. So if you do things that are hard to do, aka things that'll help you increase your respect for you, your confidence will go up. You can also start with my course. I have an entire free course called Self-Belief, and it pretty much teaches you on a practical level how to do just that, which is how to do things that make you respect yourself a little more. But go through it. It's very practical. It's a very nice course. And again, it's completely free. I saw this video where this girl said guys are too dumb to understand astrology. I was like, huh? I saw that video too, like a couple of hours ago, actually. Yeah, I was like, that's very interesting. That's a very interesting way to cope. And again, like, I saw the video and I scrolled away like almost immediately. I didn't watch the whole thing. Because what's my rule, guys? What's the rule I keep telling you guys? If she's not a girl you would be if she's not a girl you want to be seen with in public, her opinion doesn't fucking matter. And I'm not gonna say I remember exactly how she looked, but if I scrolled away then she didn't look that, you know, whatever. So I don't care anyway. With that said though, I do get fascinated sometimes by like how these less than attractive women cope with whatever ideas they have in their head. Because again, they have to do that. They have to come up with new ways to tell themselves why the men they want don't want them. So they go, oh, it's because they don't like astrology. And they don't like astrology because they're too dumb. And it's like, you gotta feel sorry for them somehow, you know? Like, damn. Imagine being so delusional like that you begin to lie to yourself about, oh, women don't like the things I like because they're too, like, imagine I said that, oh, no, women don't like anime because they're too dumb. Like, whoa, wait, come on. Like, come on. That's goofy. That's goofy. It's just a bunch of cope. It's kind of pathetic. You gotta laugh at it, you know? Jason, if you've gone through what I sent you, it's time that I should be helping with the mod duties. Oh, fair enough. I'll check it out. I will check it out. I was going on, Profilo. You're late. What are your thoughts on abortion? I would have so much respect for the people that claim that a baby is a cluster of cells if they just came out and said, fuck it, kill the baby. That entire idea of like, oh, it's a cluster of cells. They're only saying that to make themselves feel less guilt about what they're actually doing, which is killing fucking babies, right? With that said, though, let's talk about it from a macro point of view. Let's zoom out and see what abortion really is. Abortion is nothing but it's a tool that women have used in the game to alleviate consequence. You see, what women would enjoy is to be able to fuck anyone and then not deal with the consequences of fucking someone they shouldn't have fucked. And by the way, not just women, men do the same thing too, right? Abortion is the loophole, essentially, to be able to do that, to just fuck anyone and not deal with the consequences. So anyone that's pro-abortion is essentially just someone that doesn't have the discipline to not fuck the person they shouldn't be fucking in the first place. That's it. That's pretty much it. It's all comes back to evolutionary psychology. That's all abortion is. It's like paternity fraud. It's like contraceptives of any kind. It's like birth control. It's just a way to find a way to avert the consequence of what you are inevitably doing. That's it. No big deal. Self-belief started to work like crazy when I wrote down the beliefs and internalized them. Good. Very good. Very good. You said I showed too much interest in the beginning, so I can push more. For sure, when or how do I pull back? I already answered that question, didn't I? Instead of complimenting, just pull, just tease. Don't tell her she's beautiful. Tell her the longest toenail on her big toe is beautiful. You gotta say things that ignite both positive and negative emotions. You ever heard of push pulls? Push pulls are important. Again, this is what my course is for, in the interview light. That's why I made that course for. Go through that. Abortion glitch never got patched. Did it get patched yet? Didn't the Supreme Court like fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Not abolished, but they did something to the Roe v. Wade thing that makes it, invalid or whatever the fuck they did. But yeah, again, it's men trying to make sure women carry their babies to term, and women trying to make sure they don't do that. It's a war between two animals trying to achieve different things, and it's just whatever. It's still unpatched in Canada, at least. I heard. It's just another glitch in the game, baby. Just finished. Already read that one, didn't I? Oh, okay. Just finished the self-belief course, and it's a gold mine. Start with that before the interview light. Yes, you should. He's very right, by the way. Jace, I went out with a mid girl and somehow got TV interviewed about the night she was near me. How do I recover? Oh, no. Your reputation took a hit. Minus 3,000 aura. You recover by making sure that whenever people try to find you online, they see a picture of you with the baddest bitch ever. It's the only way to recover. You gotta be seen with something hotter. That's it. Let's see. I told everyone she was a friend. I actually had nothing romantically by my part. She was just a bit clingy, holding my hand, and I couldn't reject. Would be rude. Just laughed that day, and that's it. Trying to friend zone the girl you're getting dirty with on the low. That's low of you. That's very inconsistent of you. Yeah, just go get a better bitch. That's what you get. I mean, that's the price you pay for dealing with a girl you don't want in public, though. That's what you get. You deserve that treatment. Ha ha. Na 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 boo boo. Stuck your entire dick in doo doo. Just I'm looking for some more openers. I can translate them good in my language. The Interview Light has all that stuff. I have an entire openers guide in the Interview Light. Go download it there. Or do you guys want me to do like those flash shows I be doing for the openers guide? I'll probably do that again later. See what happens. Let's see. Oh, what's going on, Kay? You didn't make shit. You're late as fuck. I'm about to leave, like literally now. How's it going though? Let's see. Like a general want to say to anyone except the ones in the Interview Light. Well, come up with them. There's more than enough to say in the Interview Light. If you're not satisfied with those, that means you're not actually testing them. So go create your own then. How does knowing the game affect how you view female family members? You kind of realize that no woman is just an angel. So you begin, even your mom, you might have thought your mom was just the sweetest person ever and, you know, not capable of any evil. And I'm sure to you, your mom loves you and all, but you then begin to realize that there is at least one man in the world that thinks of your mother as the worst bitch that he's ever run into. Your own mother, yes, it's true, yes. So it's all a game, man. It's all a game. And your female members, just because they're your female members, aren't exempt from playing the game dirty. You feel me? Bro, I'm against court, but traditional marriage and church marriage are fine. What do you think? If you're figuring out which marriage to do, then don't do any. Right? Because the kind of marriage you're doing ultimately doesn't fucking matter. You're still doing the same thing inevitably, which is you're putting yourself at a slighter, bigger disadvantage to your woman than you had before when you were just dating. So unless you're willing to lose something, don't get married. I made a video about this before. Whenever you want to get married, you should be going in with the idea of like, you know what? If I eventually lose half my shit to this bitch, I'm okay with it. That's the idea. That's the point. Is like that's the risk you take with marriage. If you go into marriage trying to protect yourself and not lose anything, then you probably shouldn't get married in the first place. Just don't do it. If you're so risk averse, the fuck? Don't do it. No, Jason, was my first date and I didn't want any romantically. I just had laughs because she was mid. She catfished me. It doesn't change the damage that's done though. I feel like I'm not where I want to be in the relationship. I want her to prioritize me. Okay then, act like a priority. Behave as if she has to earn your time and attention. What foods did you eat for weight loss? Any foods, as long as it had more protein and fats than carbs. That's pretty much it. Just fats, proteins, and then minimal or almost no carbs. That's how you do it. It's the carbs that makes it hard to burn fat. You know, your body will first break down sugar before anything else, and that's all carbs are. Carbs is just sugars with extra steps. They're broken down into glucose and glycerine. That's it, glycerine. And your body is designed to break down sugars of all kinds before it starts breaking down fats, right? So if you starve the body of any external carbs or fat or sugars, it has no choice but to just go straight to breaking down fats, and that's how you lose weight. Yeah, feel me? How would you rank AOT male characters on provider protector scale? That's a good question. Let me put it like this. Every single person in the Scout Regiment is a protector type. You'd have to be a protector type to be in the Scout Regiment. Think about it. Put yourself in that world build. Imagine that was your real life. You live inside of these walls. There's Titans out there. What kind of crazy bastard would want to go out there and fight them? Protector types. That too. So every single person in the Scout Regiment, protector types. And that's who the story is revolving around. So, you know, that's about it. End of discussion. Scout Regiment, protector types. Military police, probably all provider types. Some with the willingness to protect. Probably a lot of them with the willingness to protect. But yeah, Scout Regiment, pure protector types, and protector types with the willingness to provide. That's it. That's end of story. Eren Yeager, what's his name? Levi, Captain Arwen, all those guys are I would say pure protector types though, to be honest, because the risks they're willing to take are crazy. Crazy. I mean, look at Armin. Armin burnt himself to a crisp just to beat the Colossal Titan. Didn't even know he was gonna come back as a Colossal. He literally like sacrificed himself. Protector type. So yeah, there you go. So bro saying in order to get hoes in AOT, I gotta be willing to get packed by Titans. Think about how much pussy the Scout Regiment was getting. They didn't show that part of the story, but just imagine how much of the valiant warriors they look like in that world coming back. You know, some people losing arms, losing legs. They didn't got their shit bitten off by Titans. Someone's lost an eye. Imagine how badass Captain Erwin came back looking with one arm chopped off. Imagine how much pussy he got when he came back that time. Are you kidding me? And then Erin's name going around. Hey, that's Erwin. That's Eren Yeager. Not Erwin. That's Eren. That's Eren Yeager. He's the guy that's the Attack Titan. Like he's scary. He's a motherfucker. But oh shit, how many Titans he kills? He's so important. He's got real blood in him. Like, come on. Big deal. These guys are fucking big deals. They come back, and it's a combination of a you know, the entire village being like, yo, these guys are the fucking Scout regiments. They're crazy. Look at them. They're beaten. They're bruised. Plus, like, yo, I admire them. Like, they're willing to do whatever it takes. They're at least willing to take the kind of risks we're not willing to take. I'm not going out there in those fucking walls to meet those giant things that'll eat me. Fuck that. They're badasses, man. Shout out to the Scout Regiment. Shout out to them. I'm all good. Just came back from a night out. Oh, bet. Tell me how that went. When acting like a personal trainer to the girl, how can you spark a convo 5 or 6 times to make her want to give me her number? I already answered all these questions, Miskins. Just keep being the fucking trainer. Like, I know it sounds weird, right? But I'm telling you to have faith in that. Just keep being her, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Her pseudo personal trainer. Just do that long enough. Inject some sexual tension in there with teasing. And I promise you at some point, one way or the other, you will get each other's numbers. It'll happen. Just don't think about it too hard. Just keep talking to her, training her, teasing her like, oh, give her like small bits of compliments here and there and then change the subject. You know, when you bend over like that, you look really sexy. Anyway, you're not doing it correctly. What's wrong with you? Literally say that. Like, teach her how to do the squat and be like, ask the grass. Teach her to do the squat. Then be like, damn, your ass looks fat when you do that. But you're still not doing it correctly, though. What's wrong with you? Do this, and then reteach her, right? Push, pull. Just tease. Compliment, pull back. Compliment, pull back. Just do that long enough. I promise you, at some point, she will accidentally graze past your dick to get the dumbbells. And now it's on. Just keep doing that. Just be patient. It'll happen. Okay? How can I get 2 girls that are friends to go to the gym and have a threesome with them? Opinion and arranged marriage. Okay, that's 2 different questions. One, the friends have to be okay with touching each other sexually for them to have a threesome with you. The only 2 friends you're gonna be fucking in a threesome are friends that are used to fucking guys together, or at the very least have thought about getting naked with each other, right? So there has to be like bisexual tendencies there. That's 1. 2. Get 1 friend first. Like, don't get greedy. Get the 1. Then invite the second one. That's how it should be done. Get the 1. Show her a crazy dick game. The other, she'll tell her friend about it. That friend will get curious. Then you go and meet the friend and go, hey, join us. And then boom. But get the first one, though. Like, don't get ahead of yourself. Get the first one. Cross that fucking barrier to entry. Then go from there. Opinion on arranged marriages? I think I've already made my opinion on this. I'm going to say it again. Just a quick rant. I think anyone that goes on with an arranged marriage is fucking pathetic. You're a waste of space as a man. You're a bottom feeder of all men. You're the bottom of the food chain, and you deserve whatever treatment you get in the marriage, which is, from what I've heard, usually terrible. Anyway, why would you let someone else tell you what to do with your life in any capacity, much less who you should be with? Do you have no shame? Gross. You're a man. Act like it. Control your own destiny. Bro, is it a bad sign if a woman married around 28 to 38 after her prime? I don't know what you mean by bad sign, but it's kind of regular. It's kind of normal. That makes sense. Most women aren't getting married in their prime. That's the honest to God truth. That's, again, reason number 2046 why I don't respect most marriages. is that most women are getting married after their prime to guys that they met after their prime, not even the guy that they shared their prime with. So, yeah, not a good thing. Not a good thing when a woman sees you as the guy she has to settle with. Okay? Should I just have left as soon as seeing her and explain to her instead when getting catfished, or what do you recommend? I just wanted to get the most out of the situation and treated her like a friend. Whenever you find out you get catfished, bounce. To be fair though, I will give you a fair disclaimer. I've never been catfished before. I don't even know how motherfuckers get catfished. It's fairly easy to figure out what you're dealing with online. And there's signs. If you don't see a full picture of her body, bro, she's a big bitch. Don't do it. Unless you like big bitches, which, why? But you get the point. There's signs. Bad bitches don't hide themselves. They don't. So, if she's taking pictures from a weird angle or from a certain angle all the time, you probably don't want to see her in person. You don't. You don't. Bad bitches almost want to take nigga pictures all the time because they're in awe of their bodies and they want the world to see it. So don't get catfished to begin with, and it's very easy not to get catfished. Okay, just talk to the girls that are actually showing you what they look like. Jason, do you recommend providing for the second girl or wait and let her earn it? Providing for who? What second girl? What are we talking about? I don't know what we're talking about. So, bros, saying in order to get... Oh, yeah, I read that one. Made her come. She's a good girl. Like this girl a lot, man. She loves being my daughter. Good. Very good. How can one recover from buyer's remorse? By giving the value you originally promised. If a woman feels buyer's remorse around you, it's because she's feeling like she's not getting what she thought she was going to get initially. So give that to her. That's how the buyer's remorse goes away. Right? It's like if you buy something from a business, you regret buying it because it's not what you expected. You complain to the business and they go, oh, we're sorry about that. Let's make it up to you. And then they do. And then all of a sudden, the money you spent is now worth it because they made it up to you. That's how it works. Picked up one girl at the end of the night. She had a pretty face. Would you say Snap is ever better than a number? No. In most cases, no. I wouldn't say it is. But see what you can do. See if you can go from the Snap to the number. How can I give a crazy D game? Didn't find it in the interview course. It's not in the interview course. No. That's a different course entirely. Because it's easier to reinitiate on Snap if convo dies. Numbers more tough. No. Or is that why numbers better? It's impossible to get catfished if you're smart. Exactly. See, Kay just said that. It's impossible to get catfished if you're smart. With that said, though, because it's easier to reinitiate on Snap if convo dies. Numbers more though, no. I'll tell you why it feels like it's easier. Because on Snap, you can see when someone's read your shit. That's really what it is. So when you reinitiate, there's like an obligation they have there because they know that you can see when they've read your message. But that's the only reason it seems easier. Think about it. Of all the combos you've reinitiated on Snap, how many have actually turned into useful dates? Girls that are in your life now. Let's really be honest. It's the girls you have the numbers of that end up becoming girls in your life. That's the truth. That's the truth. It might be easier to reinitiate the convos, but if those convos don't go anywhere, they don't mean shit. She was that Asian with a Photoshop face. Her body was good. I only got catfish on the face and tons of makeup. Okay, fair enough. How to get average girls. I am the wrong person to ask for that. I don't teach that. Today I saw a baddie leaving and I wanted to know how can I get her. Literally, I teach you that all the time, Yoda. How can I beat the guy that already talks to girls? You probably can't. That's kind of the point. Your job is to talk to as many girls and as consistently as you can so that you can begin to compete with that guy effectively. Why do you think number is better than Snap? Because it's more consequential. She'll give her Snapchat anybody. Her number, not as quickly, you know? It's just far more consequential. It's like the difference between getting someone's name and getting their house address. Right? It means more. Let's see. Gotta tell us how to give crazy D game. Course coming. Wearing my tight shirt in the gym looked good. A girl walked in front of me, putting her ass in front of me while I was doing lateral raises. Felt good. Excellent. Enjoy the show. When I say reinitiate, I mean let's say you stop talking and then 3 months later you might post and then she sees your post pop up. Oh, I see. That's what you mean. Okay, that's fine. You're very correct about that, by the way. You're very correct about that. Definitely, there's an excuse. But again, I'm not saying you should only get the number or snap. Get the number first, then snap. Right? I got all my girls' numbers, but I also got their Instagram, Snapchats, Facebook, all that dumb shit, right? It'll start with a number, then you go, you know what? I feel like you're not as photogenic as I think you are. Let me see your Instagram. Then you see their Instagram. You know what? Let me see what you're up to on a daily basis. I feel like you're a goofball on a daily basis. Give me your Snapchat. Here's your Snapchat. The social media should come after the number, but the number is the most important for me, for sure. I want to start asking for number and then call them to talk a bit and then set up a date. Good. That's how it should go anyway. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yes, it does. And then she sees your story. Yeah. The convo while asking the number has to be good, relaxed. It has to be. It has to be. It has to be. All right, guys, I got to go. I'm about 3 minutes late for where I got to be next. But I love you guys so much. Oh, wait, hold on. That's a good question. How can a Christian live this lifestyle without feeling like you're sinning? Because you have to understand what a sin is to begin with. And I'm not even going to try to juxtapose my way of thinking on you. Do your own research. Go and figure out what sin really is. Go and figure out what God really is, who God is. Understand the being that is God, what God cares about, how this being operates, and what he looks out for. Well, he or she, really. Well, God is both male, masculine, and feminine. But you get the point. Once you understand God on a deeper level, really seek out a relationship with God, it becomes very clear to you a lot of the things that you've been told in your church are wrong or bad. Is not even that big a deal. 1, 2, is not a sin. 3, is not what God would prioritize. It's just not. I was talking to someone about this the other day, about, Jason, who do you think is a false prophet? Who do you think is a fake pastor? If you know who God is, do you think God cares about any of that stuff? Who's fake and who's real? He doesn't give a damn. That's not what God cares about. If it's not about his glory, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. But again, do your own research, please. Don't make me seem like the fucking devil on your shoulder or serpent. Go and do your own research. Go and understand God for yourself. It's very important. No one else can do that for you. You need to understand God for yourself. You need to experience God in your own life. Okay? Very important. Okay. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Go get my free course, Self-Belief. When you're done through that, go through the Interview Lite. Very important. My dating system. Learn how to incorporate a woman into your life completely, especially the beautiful ones. Then if you want to get in contact with me, get on the phone with me, schedule a call with me. All those links are in the bio. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support. Please actually use all the information I give you. Practice as often as you can. And do with all this information what you must.